What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Episode 26 of our Detroit Tigers rebuild series. Look at that record, 2011. I don't know if we're going to call it a rebuild anymore, guys. I think that this new Tigers lineup, this new rebuilt Tigers lineup is actually, dare I say it, a playoff contender, a wild card contender. Currently, the Tigers are in first place in the AL Central, and only the Cleveland Indians are really showing any type of resistance to that AL Central possible title. So we're going to have to definitely win this game against Gio Gonzalez. We're going to have to win this series in New York. But to do that, we're going to have to get to Gio. We're going to have to get to him early. Eduardo Nunez is going to strike out on a high and inside fastball, just cannot catch up to it. Yasiel Puig's been hot all season long, hitting over 300. He's actually at the 311 mark, so he's been playing well. But his road splits are not as good as his home splits. He's actually hitting 322. He's going to pop out to Starlin Castro, as you guys see there, on the same pitch that Nunez got. So we're going to have to keep that in the back pocket. But this time, Gio goes outside to the right-handed hitter, and JD hits a nice long line drive. But Aaron Hicks is going to make the play at the warning track. So Tigers cannot get a man on base. This has actually been one of the hottest offenses in the major leagues, and we like our chances against Gio Gonzalez early on in this game. Just going to have to find good pitches to hit and drive it. So who's going to counter Gio Gonzalez? Is going to be Joe Ross. He's 4-0 for us with a 4.4 ERA, so not the best earned run average for a number 2 starter, but he's going to have to keep the ball down and try to get strikeouts against this Yankees lineup. Pretty formidable, aside from Chris Carter, Albert Pollard, and Trevor Plouffe near the bottom of the order. So after a Jake Peters ground out, Starlin Castro is going to put this ball right past Bregman down the line, and I hate that animation. I absolutely hate that animation. It happens to Grichuk all the time, runs into the wall, can't stand it. Gary Sanchez now got a nice opportunity for an RBI, and he's going to get a changeup that just cannot break down, stayed up. Gary Sanchez, monster catcher for the Yankees, going to hit a 2-run dinger. So, Yankees take a 2-0 lead early. That was only the 5th pitch of the game. 5th pitch of the game for Joe Ross. 356 feet, just takes it out to right field. So that's tough. That's a tough break for Joe Ross, but he's going to get Greg Bird to ground out to Alex Bregman. Bregman makes a nice play there. So Ross starting to settle down a little bit after that 2-run home run. Chris Carter going to strike out on the changeup, low and away, which is where that pitch should have been to Gary Sanchez, but, well, you take it. You take it as it comes. Randall Grichuk now. He's been on fire all season, hitting over 300. Boosh! Kind of waving that thing back, and it stays fair. Home run for Randall Grichuk, number 9 on the season. He's actually leading the Detroit Tigers team in home runs with his 9th. We're not sure where he stands as far as major league lead or the major league standings for home runs, but he's got to be at least up there, maybe even top 5 at this point. I mean, we're still in May, so Josh Rutledge has also been hot. Going to get a nice pitch to hit there if it were a little bit lower. But it just looked too juicy. He just couldn't handle it. Strikes out. Plouffe is also going to strike out. Ross kind of settling down here a little bit near the bottom half of this Yankees order. Changeup on Albert Pollard. Must be a rookie because we've never heard of him. But he's going to strike out. Ross only giving up 2 hits through 2 innings. So not too bad. Not too bad, but he's going to have to keep that going. Check out James McCann there. 325. Stay hot, James McCann. Going to hit a nice pitch there, high and inside. Going to take it all the way to the left field, center field gap for a solo shot. This game is now tied. Gio just spits in the dirt. That was kind of disrespectful. I don't really like that. He just spits on it and seemed like, yeah, that was nothing. No, the guy's hitting 325 there, Gio. So, and he hit you 425 feet. He took you 425 feet deep. So, you can spit out all you like, but it is what it is. The game is tied now. Yasiel Puig coming up, staying hot. Hits a nice little gap shot in the left field, center field. Going to stroll in there with a double. So we're starting to time Gio up a little bit better. Better than the first 2 innings. JD Martinez now. We still got 2 outs, down 0-1. Going to get a so-so pitch to hit there. It's kind of a change-up down low and inside, but grounds out to Gregorius. Let's go to the next inning, the bottom of the 3rd. Runner on base. Gary Sanchez going to strike out. So good job by Joe Ross to get the thorn in his side from earlier in the game, Gary Sanchez. So no home run for Gary Sanchez that time. Bregman going to strike out on again an inside fastball into the righty for Gio Gonzalez. Joe Ross going to get Greg Bird, well, a leadoff single. So not too good, not starting out too hot here. Chris Carter, he's going to swing and miss on a slider. So Chris Carter's kind of strikeoutable in this game. It's not a word, but we just made it up. So we like to throw him the junk. Grichuk's going to try to time this ball down the line. Man, Gregorius, so annoying. He's pesky. He's really pesky. 2-run shot. He's so lanky and smallish, but, you know, he's got some power. In real life, he's got some power, and he takes Joe Ross deep on a high and outside fastball, just takes it the other way. And that's kind of really, that shows his strength, to be able to push that ball to left field down in the corner. So Trevor Plouffe going to get a single. So Ross not looking too good here. Going to have to make something happen. Ends up getting a strikeout on the 2-seamer. So gets out of the jam a little bit here, but now we're losing. Josh Rutledge not up to task on that fastball. It was a 10-pitch at bat. So although that helped us out, the K did not. And neither does this. James McCann hit that home run earlier. It's going to ground out to Greg Bird. Tigers offense starting to struggle here a little bit. Gio starting to settle down. Ross going to settle down as well. So it seems like this very back and forth type of game so far. Very, very back and forth. Puig now up. Boosh! He's going to go lift off into the right field, center field gap. That's going to be a 2-run shot for Mr. Puig. Thank you very much. Gio can't be spitting on that one because now the game is tied yet again. So these home runs that for the Yankees that are taking the lead, these 2-run home runs that are taking the lead for the Yankees, and the Tigers are answering with 2 more runs of their own. Been a very, very back and forth game. But we like that slider outside and high, and Puig just takes it the other way as he does so well and just deposits it into the right field, center field bleachers. JD Martinez, though, he's going to get a nice pitch to hit, and he goes liftoff. So the Tigers are going to go back-to-back jacks. This time a solo shot for JD Martinez. Gio cannot believe it. Tigers take the lead now, 5-4. So now it's up to Joe Ross to shut this Yankees lineup down. First lead that he's had in the ball game. But we're going to try to pile on. We're definitely going to try to pile on here because we're going to get fresh meat. Adam Warren now coming on. He's only had 12 2/3 innings on the season. Randall Grichuk up. 1-2 count. He's going to strike out. There's still no outs in this inning, so keep that in mind. Check out the team ERA, highest in the American League. So the Tigers and Yankees you know, it's kind of living up to the score of this game at least. Check out Valbuena. Going to go the other way as he does so well. They keep playing the shift on him. He's going to roll in with a double. There's still one out in the inning. Bregman's been really struggling at the plate. He's going to get a high fastball that he's going to take into the corner left field, and he's going to test it. He's going to test the arm. He's going to roll in with a double. Valbuena scores. It's now 6-4 Tigers, so we like to see that out of Bregman, and that's all that they're going to get. Joe Ross on Greg Bird, going to strike him out. So Ross getting a little confidence back. His ERA was always around the 4.4 so far this season, so he's kind of on pace for that kind of start in this game. So now it's up to him to kind of just limit that damage. Chris Carter strikes out yet again, so his third on the game. So like I said, guys, he's very strikeoutable, so just throw him junk if you ever play Chris Carter. Just throw him junk. This is a big at-bat. Gregorius gonna fly out to Mr. Puig. So Ross settling down. Been saying that a lot, but when you're in that environment in Yankee Stadium, settling down is a big, big thing. You can't let the crowd get to you. You can't let the aura get to you. And check this out. McCann gets hit with a pitch. We do not know if this was intentional, but if it was, we're going to pour it on. Nunez gets a single right through that 5.5 hole. Runners on first and second. Yasiel Puig now up, hit that 2-run bomb earlier in the game. Going to rip a single right down the line. He's going to actually test it. He's going to go for 2. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score as Nunez scores all the way from first to home. So Puig gets in with a double. It's now 8-4 with a 2-run double. Martinez gets a single right back up the middle. Puig's going to test the arm of Aaron Hicks, which is a good one, but it's going to be off the line. Puig ends up scoring. It's now 9-4 Detroit Tigers. So the offense, guys, just like I said in the pregame, is just been on fire. Valbuena, he's going to get a hit down the line. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Martinez is going to go to third base. They're going to make the throw to home, but he's not going to test it. Bregman up. Actually, he's waving Martinez in, and Martinez gets thrown out at home. We were trying to be aggressive big time. The game was already out of hand at this point, especially this late, and we've got a nice bullpen this season. Alex Wilson has been money. Take a look at those batting averages against. Nunez makes a nice play here at short. So Ross pitches well for us. The offense, he's getting a lot of run support. Nunez again makes a nice play. So Tigers, guys, looking awesome in this game. They took it personally that their catcher got beaned. If this game were any closer, if it was a really close game, we were thinking about maybe hitting Gary Sanchez, their catcher, just to defend our own. But, you know, the score kind of dictates that it's pretty much paid back. So we'll see what happens in the rest of the series, but I think the score pretty much is a payback. They put in Jonathan Papelbon. Yes, Jonathan Papelbon is a Yankee in this season. Rutledge gets a nice pitch to hit here. He's going to roll in with a double. We thought that was going to be a home run for him. He's been seeing the ball well all season long, so it's good to see him at least have one hit, well, at least 1 for 4 in this game. McCann's going to get a single, and we didn't know if that was going to get caught by Greg Bird, so Rutledge did not go on the line drive, but going to get into third base safely here. Probably could have scored, but Michael Taylor's going to rip this thing into the corner. It just stays fair. We're going to actually send McCann. The throw's offline from left field, and he's going to score easily. So Michael Taylor, guys, he just that one hit, he can go 1 for 4, but that one hit every time, he goes for 2 RBIs or a home run, or I mean, the guy's kind of clutch in late in games. this kind of poured salt on the wound for the Yankees. Taylor steals in an 11-4 game. They didn't like that. Girardi didn't like that. Papelbon didn't like that. But Michael Taylor's smiling, and so are we. Don't hit our boys. Puig going to hit a nice little flare there, but right fielder is going to come on in and make the catch. So game's out of hand. Decided to put Jose De Leon in, try to get the last remaining outs of this ninth inning and get out of here with a W. Fly ball, deep fly ball out to Grichuk, makes the catch. So this is more of a move to try to get, Profar some playing time. He makes that catch out in left field, not Grichuk. But we want to make sure that De Leon gets at least some stats, some stat piling, so that his XP starts going up. And put him into situations where he can thrive a little bit. Trevor Plouffe on a 3-1 count. He's going to ground out up the middle to Josh Rutledge, and this game is over. So the Tigers going to be 21-11, guys. We're 10 games over the 500 mark. This is a lot better than where we were at last season. So the off-season additions have been working, even in simulation, even when we're playing. So, guys, this Tigers team is legit, and you've helped build that. So I want you guys to know that this team is for real. This team is the real deal. We're going to make a playoff push. And if you guys like where this Tigers team is headed, leave a like. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you like it and love it, you want more of it, do it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.